there are schools to join. My name is Vikram. If you have anything to ask, you can raise your hand and we'll have a discussion. I hope you all can listen to me. I'm audible to you. And if you have any question, yes. So now just a minute. You can unmute yourself because I have already made you co-host.
Sir, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sir, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Sir, give me a co-host, sir. Today I am the.
You are co-host. You are co-host. You can
Okay, thank
whenever you want. You can start and you can switch off your camera whenever you want. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Others, if they can just switch on their camera, that will be good for me so that I can see whatever you are doing during the session. It will also help me to feel like I'm interacting with all of you. So that will be a good thing. Thank you. We'll start in 5 minutes. Let's see. There are a lot of schools who are still joining us. And we'll start in a minute. In 5 more minutes. I'll just ask you a poll question, mandatory poll question. Okay. So this is a poll question. You can send your answers if you have all the things that we told you to bring. I think we can start this session and hopefully all the other schools will join meanwhile. So all of you are if you can just switch on your cameras so that I can, wow, great. KGVV Amul, thank you very much for switch on your cameras. If you have any questions during the session, you can just raise your hand. I will again give you a small introduction. My name is Vikram, and I had a session with you. I have 2 sessions with you. I hope you remember few of the sessions that I took. I took the leaf disc photosynthesis session with you. So today we will be having a session on plant pigments. and we will try to understand about the different roles of pigments, and also we will understand few properties of pigments that are present in leaves, because what I have found that during whenever you read about photosynthesis, there is a very less information about pigments, but they play a very major role in photosynthesis. So hopefully, by the end of session, I will give you at least some more information about the pigments, and maybe in future you will definitely going to do a lot of things. So before starting the session, I would like to share the last session that Asta had with you. So I have with me also Vamshi from our team. Vamshi, if you can just switch on your camera. So Vamshi will going to translate uh, some of the like my English into Telugu, and Vamshi आपने खैर वो ऑन कर दिया. So Vamshi will going to translate English into Telugu. If you have any question, you can just raise your hand, and you Vamshi will translate it to you. Meanwhile, I will share last slides with you that you have submitted. So Astha, she took your session on perimeter and area. So these are the schools that have shared with us these slides with us, and we are very happy. These are the pictures from KGVV Balangar district Rajanna, and this picture I really like this photograph because kids are very happy doing like measuring the area and parameter, and like no one has ever taught me like this how to measure an area and parameter. So I'm very happy that you were able to do it in your class, and thank you very much. Please share your pictures and your homeworks whenever it's possible, because it always inspire us to keep going. So in today's session, we will going to learn about pigments, what different types of pigments plants have, and also we will try to understand about some physical properties that these pigments have. So we will not go very deep into these physical properties because they need a separate session altogether. But we will try to understand about what different kind of pigments plants have and how to observe them like very easily from very basic things that that I will that I have asked you. So these are the things. I hope you have all these things with you. You have. I will just. So you might have. I have told you to have some leaves. So these are not spinach leaves. I brought some other leaves. These are bougainvillea leaves. But if you have spinach leaf, that is very good, and it will be good if you have different kind of leaves. That is absolutely fine. But if you have spinach leaf, that is very helpful. So this is the nail polish remover that I told you to bring also. So I think you all have. I might think like you all have this nail polish remover because you you can apply it. You apply nail polish on you. So to remove it, it is very helpful chemical. So it will be. We will use this mortar pistol. We will use it today. To crush these leaves. If you have these toothpicks, we'll also need them. But if you have these kind of capillary tubes, these are small uh, glass rods, very thin glass rods. These are also very important. If you don't have, no worries, we can use these toothpicks. And if you have plastic or this transparent glass, we need two. This was a thing that we need. This is a filter paper. It is very easily available in the chemistry lab. You might have a different kind of filter paper. That's absolutely fine. So this is how it looks from inside. It's a round filter paper, and we will cut it into different shapes. I will let you know. during the session. So we need this. And the petrol, I put it inside it, like scissor. These are the things that we need for today's session. Okay, Vamshi, if you want, you can translate.
సో ఈరోజు మనకు కావాల్సిన మెటీరియల్ కొన్ని పాలకూర ఆకులు, ఒక 3-4 ఆకులు సరిపోతాయి. ఇంకా రోలు మరియు రోకలి కావాలి ఆ ఆకుల్ని దంచడానికి. ఒక 2 ఫిల్టర్ పేపర్స్ కావాలి, 3 టూత్ పిక్స్, 20 ml నెయిల్ పాలిష్ రిమూవల్, ఒక 20 ml వినిగర్, 20 ml పెట్రోల్, ఒక కత్తెర, 3 డిస్పోజల్ గ్లాసెస్ ట్రాన్స్పరెంట్వి, ఇంకా 3 ప్లాస్టిక్ షీట్స్ అయినా పేపర్ అయినా గ్లాసెస్ని కవర్ చేయడానికి, మరి ఒక పెన్సిల్.
Wow, thank you, Vamshi. So I hope Vamshi explained very well. I didn't understand a single word, but I understand 20 ml, 20 ml that Vamshi was saying. That only I can understand. So before starting the question, I will ask you a very simple question. So this is a one poll question that you can see on your screen. So on the YouTube, people can see this question. So during the fall season, like when season changes from like when the next season is a fall season, that is upcoming season. So you might have seen the change in the color of leaves. So why so like earlier they were very green in color, like as you can see here, like trees outside your home or school, you can see they are totally green. But when September or October comes, they suddenly change their leaves into yellow or brownish color. So what do you think that colors comes from? If you two people, if you can just answer, what do you think the colors comes from? Sorry, Vamshi. So Vamsi will translate this question.
సో మామూలుగా మనకి ఋతువులు మారుతున్నప్పుడు ఆకుల కలర్ అనేది చేంజ్ అవుతూ ఉంటుంది. సో ఆ కలర్ అనేది ఎందుకు చేంజ్ అవుతుంది అని క్వశ్చన్.
So wow, there are like few of you are answering. Like 3 schools have already answered like correctly. And let's see. Okay. I'll just end the poll. You can write in the chat box whatever answers you have. Great. So the correct answer is these pigments or these colors are already present in the leaves. So like, so this, I'll show you a leaf overhead, as you can see here. So these are the green leaves that you can see here, right? So these green leaves, they already have other color also, beside this green color. And the green color is because of chlorophyll. So leaves, they have chlorophyll in a very huge amount, but still these leaves have different other than green color also, because the green color is very like huge in the leaves. They are in a very excess amount, so they will mask the other pigments. So we will not able to see other pigments during these seasons. But slowly what happens when the season changes, what happens is there are things that happens around us also, like the light duration is also decreased, and the water available in the ground, it is also reduced. So plants, they are not able to do the photosynthesis, because if they want to do the photosynthesis, they need to have more energy. So because light is less during the season, in the winter seasons, what plants do, they break down the chlorophyll. So plants, when they break down the chlorophyll, they absorb all the chlorophyll, so that they can use in next season. So when they break down the chlorophyll, other pigments that are already present in the leaf, we are able to see those colors. So all the other different colors of pigments, they are already present in the leaves. So so this is very when I heard about this information, I was very excited and I have never heard about this. Like the pigments, they are already present in the leaves. So so I have these two kind of leaves with me, as you can see in the picture. So I have this like violet color leaf and green color leaf. So we will try to see in our experiment that does this green leaf has other pigments besides this green, and this leaf which has a violet color, does it have a different colors or the different color of pigments or not? We will try to see it. So if you have only this like green leaf with you, that's fine. So we will start our experiment. So what you have to do, are you ready? Wow. Can you show me the leaves that you all have? You can just switch on your camera so that I can see what kind of leaf are. KGBB Langlol, KGBB MB and R. Thank you. Yes, yes. They will work. Great. Great. So we will start. So what you have to do. Okay. So I have just shared a slide with you. So you have the filter paper with you. I hope you have filter papers. Those of you who have filter papers with you, we can do the experiment because filter paper is required for this session. So, so these are the filter papers. So what we have to do, we have to cut this strip out of this filter paper. So what you can do, what kind of filter paper do you have? If you can just show me. Those who have filter papers, can you just show me what kind of filter papers do you have? Okay, KGBV, MB, NR. Wow, you already have the square ones. So what you can do, you just take out a strip out of your filter paper, and I will let you know the exact size. You can have about 4" by 1". Uh, 4" by like 2 cm, 2 cm by uh 9 cm, 2 cm by 9 cm. You can like make these kind of strip out of your filter paper, like 9 cm by 2 cm. Okay. Okay. 2 cm by 9 cm. You can just take out the strip out of these filter papers. What you can do, you can, if you have a ruler, you can just make a strip out of it like this. Make at least 3-4 strips, because even if something happens during this session, we can or if you have a good scissor, you can also cut like this. It's better to cut with scissor. It's very good to, if you have scissors, you can just take out this strip, and it's good if you can just cut with the help of scissor. So make sure to make a smooth edges, just smooth edge like this from both the sides, right? Okay, just make 2 or 3 strips like this, and whenever you are ready, please let me know. Okay. Some of you don't have filter paper. Like if you have some other kind of paper, please let me know. I will like try to give you some suggestions. Like please let me know if you don't have a filter paper, or what kind of filter paper, what kind of papers you have. Okay. If you have some other kind of paper, because we can't do. We'll try to do it with your notebook if you want. Let's see. I have never done it before. We can use your white paper if you have. like a plain white paper if you have from your notebook. We can also try with it because I have not done it before. I don't know what kind of result you will get, but let's try with the white paper if you have. Just make a strips 9 centimeter by 2 centimeter strips with your white paper also. That let's see how it works. No problem. Okay. So other students, what they can do, just make 3 or 4 strip out of it. What other students can do, okay. So so we have motor pistol with you. Other students, what they can do, they can just have few leaves with them. These 5 or like take 3-4 leaves, at least 3-4 leaves, and you can just cut them, and make a very good paste. And just make a very good paste out of it. Crush it very well. I have already made a paste out of it. I will show you like this. Just make a very good paste out of it like this. Okay. And as I have told you to bring nail polish remover with you, just add at least 5-6 ml of nail polish remover in it while you are crushing. Add like 2-3 drops, like 10 ml, at least add 5-6 ml of nail polish remover in it. And I will just add, I'll show you how to. Just this is your, just add this much of nail polish remover, and you can start crushing it in it. You will see the nail polish remover will turn into green. Just make a very good paste like this. Okay. I have already placed it here. Make a good paste. I can see few of the students, they are doing it. KGBB, MBNR, they are doing it. Do you have any question, KGBB, MNR? You are doing it. Can you show me your strips that you have made? Arey wow, make at least 3 or 4 strips. Okay. Oh, great. Is there anyone who can just show me KGBB Langlore? Do you have filter papers? If you don't have, you can just use the like white notebook pages. That will I have not done it before with the notebooks, but notebook paper. But if you have, you can do it. Others, if you can just switch on your camera so that I can see you and we can have a good interactive session. Wow. Saravanti, thank you very much. Wow. A lot of people are doing great. So what is the next step? So this is a strip. So you can just, this is a paper strip. Make a line, make us like a line at least 2 inches above from the base. So this is the base. You can just make a line 2 centimeter above the base. Make this kind of line with a pencil, not with pen. Just with a pencil, make a line like this. At least from the base, 2 centimeter above the base. Not with a pen, but with a pencil only. Okay, make a line like this. On your all the strips that you have made, 3 or 4 strips, that whatever strips you have. Okay, make a line like this. Okay. I hope you have done this. Others, they can just continue, making the paste out of it and just add nail polish remover in it. Okay, so that all the things get dissolved in the nail polish remover. Okay, don't add lot of nail polish in it. Just like drop by drop you can add until you can see this kind of paste in it, like this kind of liquid. So see, I have not added a lot, but I can definitely have liquid in it. You can see This is the liquid in it, right? Yeah, yeah. You see, there is a liquid in it. This is the acetone, right? See? Yeah. Okay, it's done. So what we are doing right now is a paper chromatography. So paper chromatography is a technique, it is a separation technique. So we are going to separate different pigments out of the this all the mixture that I have. We will separate different pigments out of it. Wow, a lot of people, they are switching on their cameras. Thank you very much. KGBB Kong Chang, thank you very much for coming. Good. So now what you will do, there are two steps that we have already done. Okay. Now, as you can see on the picture, with the help, if you have the capillary tubes, that's absolutely fine. These kind of capillary tubes, if you have, I will just show you the capillary tube. If you have these kind of capillary tubes, that is absolutely fine. If you doesn't have capillary tubes, what you can do with the help of a toothpick, you don't have to use the pointed end, just use the back end of the toothpick, put it where the liquid part is. See, I'm just dipping in the liquid part, not in the leaves. Okay. The mixture leaf, I will not put it here. I will just put the back of this toothpick like this, and I will mark a point at the center. I will mark a small point at the center. I will take more, and I will do it for 3 or 4 times. Okay. Yeah. In between, what you can do, you can just, so that the extra solvent, it will evaporate. Okay. Again, dip it like this in the solvent, and at the center, you can just 2 or 3 drops. Okay. Wow. I will also do it with the capillary tubes. Like 3 or 4 drops are enough. Okay. I will also show you how this capillary tube works. So these are very small, thin tubes. So see what happens here. So see, there is nothing inside it. So whenever I put this capillary tube in this solvent, the solvent will come up automatically. See. So I can put a drop of this solvent at the center of this line. 1, 2, and 3 drops. I have added 3 drops. And what I will do, I will, okay. So I have these 2 strips with me. Now, have you done it? KGBB, MBNR, were you able to do it? I can also I will repeat it again if you have any doubts. KGBB Langlol, you can just show me your strips. Whosoever had done this, please show me your strips like this. Wow. Good, 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 good. Amazing. Nice. KGBB, MBNR, if you have done it, you can just show me your strips. Were you able, Uchi, can you just tell them?
కేజీబీవి ఎంబీఎన్ఆర్ మీరు చేశారా పేపర్ మీద దాన్ని చేస్తే ఒకసారి చూపియండి సార్కి. ఫస్ట్ మనం ఒక 4 ఆకులు తీసుకొని దాన్ని దంచుకోవాలి. దాంట్లో నెయిల్ పాలిష్ రిమూవర్ డ్రాప్ చేసుకోవాలి ఒక 4, 5. సో దాని తర్వాత దంచుకున్నాక దాంట్లో నుంచి ఉండే వాటర్ని తీసుకొని ఆ పేపర్ మీద లైన్ డ్రా చేసుకున్నాం కదా, ఆ లైన్ మధ్యలో 4-5 డ్రాప్స్ పెట్టాలి. సో మీరు ఆ డ్రాప్స్ పెట్టినాక చెప్పండి.
If you want, I can also repeat it. So with the help of these toothpicks, just where there is a liquid, where there is a solvent, just dip it here and put few drops, 2 to 3 drops at the center, like this. Okay. Okay. If you have done it, what you can do, show me your like these transparent plastic glass if you have, or a glass. Just show me. Wow, good. So what you can do now, add at least I will show you how much petrol. Do you have petrol also? Do you have petrol? Wow. KGBB, MBNR, you have petrol. Does anyone has petrol? KGBB, Langlol, you don't use petrol? We don't need, we just need 5 or 6 ml of petrol only. We don't need much. So what you can do, I'll show you overhead. Wow. So what we will do now, we will add a very small quantity of petrol in it, like this. Like I have added a very less quantity. Okay. I think this is just a 2 or 3 ml, very less quantity of petrol in it. Yeah, this much is enough. Okay. Now I will cover it. So because petrol, it evaporates very fast, we will just cover it with you can cover it with your notebook, or you can use anything to cover it so that it will not evaporate. Okay. Leave it for a minute. Okay. Leave it for a minute. And as you can see here in the picture, what you have to do now, let it stay like this for a minute. What you have to do now, you just have to hold your strip like this on the top. And what you will do, not just listen first. What you will do, you will dip it in your glass, but make sure, it is very important to know, make sure where you have loaded your sample, over the line, make sure your petrol will be lower than this line. Okay. You don't have to put your, make sure your sample is above the petrol. Okay. As you can see in the picture also, I have added a very less quantity of petrol in the glass. Make sure whenever you put your, we will do it together. Whenever you put this strip in the glass, make sure the petrol is below the line, far below the line. Okay. We just need a very little quantity of petrol to touch it. So make sure the petrol is below this line. Okay. Don't add much petrol in it. Okay. We'll add it together, and while doing it, don't shake your glass. Okay. Otherwise there will be problem. Don't shake your glass. Okay. We will do it together. I'm just using this clipper to hold my strip. Okay. Make sure don't disturb your glass. Okay. Whenever you want, I can also repeat. So now I'm going to add this. I'm going to add this strip. I have 2 strips. First, I will add this strip. So what I will do, I will just put my strip very easily in the petrol, and I will put a cover glass on it. Okay. And slowly you can observe what is happening. By the time you just put your paper strip in the petrol start moving upward. You can see. Is it happening with you also? Wow. And you can see when it touch the pigments, it will take the pigment along with it. Wow. I will just because I don't want to disturb it, I'll just show you in a minute what is happening. You can also, yeah, KGV MBNR, I am just watching you. You can put your very casually, just like very, uh, uh, yeah, Vamshi can translate.
సో ఇప్పుడు ట్రాన్స్పరెంట్ గ్లాస్లో కొంచెం పెట్రోల్ తీసుకొని ఆ పెట్రోల్ కొంచెమే ఉండాలి. సో మన పేపర్లో పిగ్మెంట్ పెట్టాం కదా, ఆ పేపర్ని ఆ కప్లో పెట్టాలి. పెట్రోల్ ఎంత తక్కువ ఉండాలంటే ఆ పిగ్మెంట్ని టచ్ చేయకూడదు డైరెక్ట్గా. సో నెక్స్ట్ ఆ పేపర్ని ఆ పెట్రోల్ గ్లాస్లో పెట్టినాక ఆ పెట్రోల్ అనేది కొంచెం కొంచెంగా పేపర్లోకి ఇలా మీదికి వెళ్తూ ఉంటుంది. సో మీదికి వెళ్ళేటప్పుడు మనం పెట్టిన డ్రాప్ని తీసుకొని దాంతోపాటు పేపర్లో స్ప్రెడ్ అవుతూ ఉంటుంది.
Wow. So okay. So what I'll do? You can just keep your strip in the petrol only. I will show you what's happening here in my so see, I'm just removing the paper strip and you can see a very beautiful pattern on this paper strip. See here there is only a green color, but when I put it on this strip and I put this in the petrol, you can see at least I can see very easily four different colors here. So see, there is a very light green color here. So there is a very like dark green here, yellow here. And if I can just look it very closely, there is a small line at the top here also. I will show you in my other pictures. So this is how it looks. So there is a small yellow color line here also at the top. Okay. So this is the strip that we have used. So see, there are three at least in this leaf. In this leaf, we have three different colors of pigment in this specific leaf. If anyone has done it, please show me your strips. KGBV MBNR. If you can just show me what happens to your strip. Bring it close to the camera. If anyone has does it, please raise your hand so that I can see KGV MBN. Oh, just a minute, just a minute. I will ping you in so that others can also see. Okay. Just show me your strip close to the camera like this. Okay. Wow. So make it right. Yes, at least you have I can see few colors. There is separation. Yes, there is a separation. If you want to repeat it, you can repeat again. Just make a small dot. I think you have added a lot. No problem at all. Just make a small dot like this. Okay, I'll just show you. Okay, just a small dot. Okay, next you can, whatever you can do, you can just add a small dot here instead of a very much quantity. Just add a one or two drops here. If anyone else can show me like what kind of results they got, they can switch on your camera and just want to show me your results with me. Okay, no problem. So can you just bring it close to the camera? Yeah, now you can put it. You can put the glass down. Okay. Let's see what happens. They're just showing us what is happening in their strip. Wow. You can just put down your glass.
ఆ గ్లాస్ని అలా చేతిలో పట్టుకోకుండా కింద పెట్టేసేయండి. కింద పెట్టేసి దాని తర్వాత పేపర్ పెట్టి పట్టుకోండి పేపర్ని.
ये बुक पर
గ్లాస్ని బుక్స్ మీద పెట్టండి. ఆ గ్లాస్ కనిపెట్టలేదు.
आगे वाले
ఇక్కడే ముందు 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 బుక్స్ మీద.
ओके हाँ That is good. Yeah,
ఇప్పుడు
see,
పేపర్ పెట్టేసాను.
yeah. You can see the separation, I think. Does something happen on your strip? Wow.
మీ దగ్గర ఇంకో స్ట్రిప్ ఉంటే ఇంకో స్ట్రిప్ ని పెట్టండి. ఇది ఆల్రెడీ అయిపోయినట్టుంది కదా. ఇంకో స్ట్రిప్ పెట్టేసి
Just
అలానే
show me
ఉంచండి
the,
కొంచెం సేపు.
yeah. Show me like this over the camera so that I can see if something happened. Like this kind of strip, then any colors you can see. I will show you in the overhead. Wow, at least there is a small separation. We can definitely see a separation, no problem at all. Yeah. Wow. So you can see very easily there are different kind of pigments that are present in your leaf. That earlier it was just a green in color, but now we can see different color of pigments as I am showing you over the screen. Now we will learn what happened, like what happened from where. Okay, so now we will learn like how what happened. So different pigments have different properties, and as we know, as we have added a petrol in it, like petrol has also some property. So to understand these properties, what I will do, I'm just adding a small, I'll switch on the overhead just a minute. So there is a test tube here. So what I will do, I'm just adding water. I'm just adding some water in it. I'm just adding a water in this. See, I have filled it to half with water. Now what I will do, I will try to add some petrol in it and let's see what happens here. Okay. So let's see if these two things will, they will mix. What do you think? Will they dissolve? Petrol and water, do you think they dissolve or no? Yes or no? What do you think? If I add petrol and water together, do you think they will dissolve or not? Okay, let's see. Let's see. So now what I'm doing here is I'm just adding a small quantity of water in it. Oh, wow. See, I'll just show you. I'll just close the tab here. So you can see petrol is at the top and there is a water below. So petrol and water, they will not dissolve together. Okay. So petrol and water, they will not dissolve. Why it is happening? So petrol and water, they are of two different nature. You might have heard in your schools about polarity. Have you heard about polar, non-polar compounds in your classrooms? Maybe not now, but in the next few classes, you will learn that the chemicals, they are of different nature, polar and non-polar. Okay, so now I will not go deep into these polarity kind of things, but still, as you can see, petrol and water, they will not dissolve in each other. So there is a separation. We can see a separation here. Okay, they will not dissolve. So what is happening? They have a different property. So similarly, these pigments also have different properties. These pigments have different properties, and the pigments that are soluble in petrol, when there the pigments that are very soluble in there are few pigments that are soluble in petrol. There are many pigments that are not at all soluble in petrol. So when we put our strip in the petrol, what happens? You can see, because of the capillary action, the petrol start moving upwards, and when this petrol touches our sample, it will take the pigments along with them. Okay, so slowly what happens, the things that are very soluble in petrol, they will move fast as compared to the pigments that are not that soluble in petrol. So they will remain at the lower end. The pigments that are very soluble in petrol, they start moving very fast on this strip. So because of this, you will see a separation. So this is a technique which is called paper chromatography, and we use this kind of separation technique to see many other things also. So this is a very simple and basic technique that you can also you can do to separate a lot of things. So moving further, I have a small question to you. Okay. So paper. Okay. So I have launched a question. You can see. So the outer skin of mango, fruit and leaves, they are green. The mango tree, they are green. The leaves are green, and the raw mango, it is also green in color. So we all know that the leaves are green because they contain pigments that helps in photosynthesis. But why the skin of mango fruit, which is not ripe yet, why it is green? Do you think they also have pigments? Like we all know that leaves have pigments, but do mango fruit, the raw mango, which is green in color, does it has pigments in it? You can just say yes, no, or you never thought of this before. YouTube, uh, on YouTube, you can also answer. Yeah.
మామూలుగా ఆకులు ఎప్పుడు పచ్చగా ఉంటాయి కదా, అలాగే మామిడికాయ పండు పండక ముందు కూడా అది కూడా గ్రీన్ కలర్లో ఉంటుంది. సో ఆకుల్లో పిగ్మెంట్స్ ఉంటాయి, అవి ఫోటోసింథసిస్ చేస్తాయి కాబట్టి అది గ్రీన్ కలర్లో ఉంటాయి. మరి ఆ మామిడి పండు పచ్చగా ఉన్నప్పుడు దాని బయట ఉన్న తోలు ఏదైతే ఉందో అది పచ్చగా ఎందుకు ఉంటుంది? దాంట్లో కూడా ఏమైనా పిగ్మెంట్స్ ఉన్నాయా అనేది క్వశ్చన్.
Wow. So, like out of 6, 5 school has said yes. The mango fruit also have pigments. So yes, you are absolutely right. So mango fruit, they also have pigments, mostly the chlorophyll. There are many research that is still going on, that whether the fruits they also do photosynthesis or not. But yes, there are pigments present on the outer layer of these unripe mango fruits. So they have pigments. So moving ahead, so I'm just sharing a chemically different kind of pigments I'm showing you. So I have a chlorophyll A here and chlorophyll B here. There are carotenes and xanthophylls here. Okay, this is anthocyanin. So you can see there are red color groups here, and there are some blue color of circles here. So this is chlorophyll A, B, carotenes, and this is xanthophylls, and this is anthocyanin. So as you can see also here, we have written that the red represent the non-polar groups, and the red ones, sorry, the blue ones, they are polar, and the red ones, they are non-polar. And the petrol that we used is non-polar. Okay, petrol is a non-polar solvent. So okay, the petrol is a non-polar solvent, and now we have, as I have shown you, the properties of different pigments through this diagram. So what do you think in this strip that I am just showing you here? In this strip, what will be at the topmost? Like I have dipped this in the petrol, and petrol is non-polar. So what do you think? What will be the nature of this yellow color pigment? Will it be polar or non-polar? So I am just putting this diagram here. You can see beta carotene, they are totally red, which means they are non-polar, totally non-polar. But rest of them have some non-polar groups also. So these three are mixture of polar and non-polar. This blue one, this anthocyanin, is totally polar. but this is absolutely non-polar. So what do you think this yellow color, topmost yellow color pigment property is? Like what kind of property this pigment has if we have used the petrol, and petrol is non-polar. This is okay. Okay. So petrol is non-polar in nature, and the pigments that dissolve in petrol, they will move very fast. So what do you think the property of this pigment? Because if it runs very fast with petrol and petrol is non-polar, and the things which are dissolved in petrol, they will move very fast. So what do you think the property of this pigment, this yellow one at the top? Now, you can write in the chat box the property of the pigment that is at the top. Is it a polar or non-polar? Do you understand my question, what I was asking? Okay, I'll repeat again. Okay. So, as I told you, the this petrol is non-polar. It has a property. I'm not going deep into the property. It is non-polar in nature. And the things that are dissolved in petrol, they move very fast on this paper strip. So the things that are dissolved in petrol, which is non-polar, they will move very fast. So what do you think the nature of pigment that is at the top here? What is its property? Is it polar or non-polar? Like this one, because it moves very up. So this is the baseline. So it moves very fast because it's dissolved in petrol very fastly. So it moves very fast. So petrol is non-polar. What is the property of this pigment? Non-polar. Very good. KGB Langlol, thank you very much. So because the solvent that we are using here, it is called as running solvent. So by understanding the property of this solvent that we are using in this class, if we know the property of this solvent, we can understand the the properties of different pigments that are present in the leaves. Okay. So uh if the if this running solvent is of some other nature, it's a polar nature, the pigments that will at the top will be more polar in nature. Okay. So these are the physical properties of all the pigments, but through paper chromatography, we can also learn different pigments and their physical properties also. Okay. I'm very great that you answered this question. I'll just again show you. So see, these are red in color. This carotenes are red in color, and red represent the non-polar groups. So this one is at the top. So the pigment that we got at the top is definitely a carotene. So these are the upper, so these pigments at the top from the base, this is the top, these are carotene, and these green ones are our chlorophylls. Okay. So in your notebook also you can see the like books they have mentioned this is this. So we can also figure out what kind of pigments they are. Okay. So moving ahead, I have another poll question to all of you. Okay. Cool. Okay. So as we have seen that plants have different pigments, as we have already seen uh, here in our strip also, plants have different kind of pigments. So what do you think plants, why plants have different kind of pigments? What benefits do plants get? Why can't there is only one pigment? Why there are so many pigments as you can see in this strip? What is the use? Like why do you think plant have different pigments? Do you think they give color to the plant leaves? Plant can store food in them? they help to absorb different wavelength of light, and plants can make better food if they have different color pigments. What do you think? Some are saying plant can store food in them. That's why they are plants have different kind of pigments. Okay. So the correct answer is plants. They, if they have different pigments absorb different wavelength of light. Okay. So that's why plants have a different, like a lot of pigments in them. Different pigments, they absorb different wavelength of light, and altogether they will absorb a lot of different wavelengths of light. So the light energy will convert into our chemical energy, like it will convert into different things. The sugars, plant use it for making its food. Okay. So yes, we have different kind of pigment that we can see through our this experiment called paper chromatography. So it's a very easy technique. You can see different pigments, altogether different pigments uh, uh, in your surroundings also. So in this experiment, we have only used the petrol, and the property is non-polar. The vinegar that I have mentioned you to bring, the vinegar. So I have this vinegar. So vinegar have, if you can read about the vinegar, you can see vinegar as is a polar solvent. Okay, wow, very good. So vinegar is very common in the kitchen. It is polar in nature. So now in like you can experiment, like after this session you can do the same experiment with vinegar also, and you can compare the result between uh, petrol and vinegar, what kind of result you get from the same leaf. Okay, what kind of separations do you think, like what kind of colors that goes at the top, what kind of pigments at the top and the bottom, you can compare. Okay, is it fine? You can do this after the session. Okay, if you have any question, you can write uh, in the uh, chat box, or you can just ask your teacher when the session ends. To, if you have any question, you can ask your question in the WhatsApp group. Meanwhile, I am going to give you a homework. Okay, I'll explain the homework to you also. What you will have to do in your homework. So, in your homework, what you will going to do, I will share the wow. Okay, just give me a second. I will share the question, challenge question. So in the challenge question, what you will going to do is, so here you can see, uh, sorry. Okay, but in the challenge question now, what you will do, you have to, okay. So in the challenge question, what you will do, suppose if you have a plant at your home, which is in the flowering, like it has the flowers also. So pluck the flower and the leaves from the same plant. Okay. From the same plant, you will take the leaves and the flower. You will repeat the same process. Like you will take two different mortar pistons. In the one, you will add the leaves, and in the other one, you will add the flower. Okay. You will just crush both of them with different pistons. Okay. You will crush them both with the nail polish remover that has acetone in it. Okay. You will crush it, and the same process you will make two strips, two different strips. And with the help of two different toothpicks, you will add few drops of leaves in one strip and few drops of the material from the flower on the other strip. Okay, and you both of the strips you will put in the petrol. See the results and check if the pigments that are present in the leaves are they also present in the flowers also, and share your result with us. Okay, I think it's very easy to do, you know? But make sure take the same leaf and the flower from the same plant or tree. Okay. I hope you understood few things with this session, the different pigments that you can easily see, you know. But if ask your chemistry teacher to have these kind of filter paper for you, it's better to do with this filter paper. They're not very costly, but it's better to do this with this filter paper. Vamshi, if you want, you can explain the homework. Okay, so Vamshi will going to explain the homework.
సో ఇప్పుడు చేసిన ఎక్స్పెరిమెంటే మనం మళ్ళీ చేయాలి. సో మామూలుగా పూల చెట్లు ఉంటాయి కదా, ఆ చెట్టు నుంచి మనం కొన్ని పూలు తీసుకోవాలి. అదే చెట్టు నుంచి కొన్ని ఆకులు తీసుకోవాలి. సేమ్ ఇంతకుముందు చేసిన లాగానే ఒక ఆకులన్నీ ఒక రోల్లో దంచాలి, పువ్వులన్నీ ఇంకో రోల్లో దంచాలి. సో దాని తర్వాత సేమ్ ఆకుల్ని తీసుకొని సేమ్ కంటిన్యూ చేయాలి. ఆ పేపర్ మీద డ్రాప్స్ పెట్టేసి పెట్రోల్లో పెట్టి పిగ్మెంట్ చూడాలి. సేమ్ అలాగే ఫ్లవర్ని దంచేటప్పుడు దీంట్లో కూడా నెయిల్ పాలిష్ డ్రాప్స్ యాడ్ చేయాలి, నెయిల్ పాలిష్ రిమూవల్ డ్రాప్స్. సో ఫ్లవర్స్ కూడా దంచేసిన తర్వాత వాటిలో ఉండే ఆ పసరు ఉంటుంది కదా, సో దాన్ని తీసుకొని పేపర్ మీద పెట్టేసి దీన్ని కూడా పెట్రోల్లో పెట్టి చూడాలి. సో రెండిట్లో సేమ్ పిగ్మెంటేషన్ ఉందా లేకపోతే రెండిట్లో డిఫరెంట్గా ఉందా, సేమ్ ఉందా అని.
Thank you, Vamshi. So I hope you will do it and share your result with us. I'm excited to see what kind of results you will get. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much for coming. Bye bye. If you have any question, you can just stay here on the Zoom. Others who don't have any question, they can leave. But if someone has questions, they can stay. We can have a discussion. But if you don't have any question, we can leave in 5 minutes. But if you have any question, you can just raise your hand. I will answer your questions. Others who don't have any questions, they can leave. No problem. Okay, I'm here for 5 minutes. If you have any question, just raise your hand and I will explain or I will answer your question if you have any. Others, they can leave the chat if they want.